What's going on, guys? PlayBox here, and we're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. In this one, I want to discuss something pretty interesting, and it's basically going to be discussing about whether or not we will ever get manga exclusive units in Dragon Ball Legends. So for those of you who don't know, sort of a little I guess some information on the Dragon Ball Super manga. The manga is currently ongoing right now, so it is going past the Tournament of Power, past Broly. It's currently it passed the Moro arc, for those of you who don't know, and it is currently in the Granola arc. So Dragon Ball Super is still ongoing. Now we just have to wait for the anime to come back, right? And so when I talk about manga exclusive units, I'm not talking about the characters that show up that are in the manga right now that are not in the anime. Like for example, like Moro, or like, for those of you sorry, I'm not gonna, I guess I'll kind of spoil it. Ultra Ego Vegeta. Those units, those characters, they're definitely gonna show up in the game one day. It's just a matter of when the anime is gonna return, because now that the manga has passed the anime, we have actual source material for the anime to actually adapt. Because when the animes first came out, it was running side by side the manga, so at a certain point they actually overpassed the manga, so they had to start making their own kind of version of it, which is why there's two separate canons when it comes to Dragon Ball Super. There's the anime and then the manga, and the manga actually does stuff quite differently from the anime. For example, if we take a look at some of the examples I brought up here, during the Future Saga arc, we actually have a Super Saiyan Goku Black. So this was a shot of him going Super Saiyan. So that is a really cool addition they added into the manga that they unfortunately never made in the anime. In the manga, Goku Black actually goes Super Saiyan and struggles to go Super Saiyan Rose. And then he gets a bunch of Zenkai, and then he eventually gets Super Saiyan Rose. And they actually gave an explanation as to why it's Super Saiyan, it's Rose. They basically explained that for a god inside of a mortal's body, so basically Goku Black is a god, right? So when a god transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, or basically surpasses Super Saiyan God, they turn Rose into instead of blue. So technically, if Goku or Vegeta were to ever reach a god status, become a god of destruction or supreme kind or whatever like that, they would technically transform Super Saiyan Rose into Super Saiyan instead of Super Saiyan Blue. So that's actually a pretty cool little tidbit of information. It was never revealed as such in the anime, so that's one thing. In the manga, Goku actually uses hakai against Zamasu here, so that was never shown in the anime. Even Fusion Zamasu himself is completely different. He has these clones and stuff. He's jacked also. Look at this shit. This is a Chad Fusion Zamasu. He's honestly, looking back at it, the Future Saga was actually, in my opinion, better than in the manga than the anime. I just feel they executed better. They actually made Vegeta Blue completely cracked in the manga compared to the anime, because in the anime you kind of see him struggle against Zamasu, but in the manga it was pretty much a Super Vegeta versus Buhan part 2, because he was clapping Zamasu. We also have the concept of Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. So this is basically this is probably one of my favorite additions they added to the manga, where they had to kind of train in their Super Saiyan Blue form to actually achieve its 100% power. Because in the anime, you see Goku, once he transforms Super Saiyan Blue against Frieza, you see him spam it so many times after that, right? In the manga, if you continuously spam Super Saiyan Blue, the power output of the form actually decreases, and you see that in the tournament against Hit. Vegeta transformed Super Saiyan Blue multiple times, and therefore he wasn't able to output as much power as in the max form, 100% of the power. So Master Super Saiyan Blue is basically a form where you're able to utilize 100% of Super Saiyan Blue's power at all times. So you're not noticing that significant drawback, which is a pretty cool concept. I feel Super Saiyan Blue in the anime was just such a lazy animation. I just prefer the manga version of it, right? So we also have Super Saiyan God Vegeta in the manga. Super Saiyan God was only introduced in the anime to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. And in this one, Vegeta was actually the first one to go super, do this technique where you're in Super Saiyan God and then you transform into Super Saiyan Blue simply for the hit. We see Goku do this in the Tournament of Power against Dispo. But in the manga, Vegeta was the first one to do this, and he used it against Goku Black, which I found was pretty cool as well, because we see Vegeta coming up with these type of techniques, right? So, oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is the Ultra Ego form. So yeah, so there's a bunch of different differences from the anime and the manga, right? They even have some differences in the Tournament of Power, where you see Kefla fighting Ultimate Gohan instead of Ultra Instinct Goku. So there's some small differences like that. So will we ever see these type of units in the game, actually? Because I'm telling you right now, if they were to ever drop a Super Saiyan Goku Black, that would be insanely hyped. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would sign for it. And for the longest time, you know, I mean, like, we've never gotten any sort of manga units. So I think the main argument people would use to say why we would never get them is because, first of all, manga is not animated, right? It's like still images, so it would be kind of hard to come up with movesets for units to use, right? You have to basically look at these pictures side by side and basically come up with a sort of animation that would fit that, right? So I think that's the main reason why they haven't delved into these the manga units, and that's why maybe they might never do it, because they would just follow for most of the units, if not all the units, they follow the animated version of it, so it's easier for them to recreate the moment, right? So for these type of units, they have to be kind of creative, and I think they can actually do that, because you see them already being a bit more creative with some of these units, where they don't completely take off from the animated version of it. They actually, you know, add their own twist for some, you know, like, for example, Rose's LF, he does a bunch of twirls and shit, like, it's not something that's in the anime, right? You could argue it is in the anime, but let's say a corrupted Zamasu, actually his LF is completely unique. You don't see it anywhere in the anime. It might be in some video games, maybe, I don't know, but it was not in the anime. Same thing with Super Vegeta's LF. You know, that LF was never shown in the anime. I believe it was in a video game, but, you know, like, it was never in the anime, right? So it's completely original. So you already see them somewhat, you know, use some some creativity to make these animations. So it isn't far-fetched to say that they can actually do this with certain manga units. And we've actually, believe it or not, for those of you who don't know or who don't play Dokkan, they've actually already done this with a certain unit. So if we take a look here, right, this is a LR transforming merge Zamasu. So if we take a look at his moveset here, so he fuses here, he's fused here, and I think it's the next one here. So this move right here, you see him open up some portals. Look at this. He does some cool little moves, you know, pushing them into the portal, and, you know, that's straight up from the manga. Here, I have the panel open right here. This was straight up pulled from the manga, and they basically, you know, using this idea, they basically animated the rest. And I feel like this is a perfect instance of what they can do for Legends as well. You know, you just take in a small shot and you have to be creative and continue on with the rest. They can do that with pretty much anything, right? Zamasu creating clones, like this shot right here is really sick with Zamasu with all these clones. So this one clip here, I don't know if there's more. If anyone plays Dokkan, you could definitely let me know if there's any other clips taken from manga, but this right here basically gives me the impression that they're allowed to create these manga units. I don't know if there's something other than, you know, just simply them being still images. I don't know if there's like some legal issue or something, because maybe the manga is like different from the anime, so they're not allowed to, you know, take some stuff from that. I don't know about that, but if we see Dokkan able to animate these moves straight up from the manga, I feel like Legend should be more incapable of doing that as well, because there is a lot of potential with some of these units. Like, even Vegeta, there's like a Vegeta that does this upgraded version of Final Flash. It's called Gamma Burst Flash. He uses it against Zamasu, and it is freaking sick. Like, I think he doesn't have Master Super Saiyan Blue at this point, but he uses it against Zamasu here. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there's even like the Tournament of Power. We have these Goku and Vegeta fighting against Jiren as the final shot. Like, this could easily be a dual unit if they want to, like, you know, tap into that. But there's a lot of potential with these units, and obviously starting from now, since the manga has, you know, surpassed the anime and it has a lot of source material, there isn't going to be that many, not going to be that many manga exclusive units after that, right? The only manga exclusive units, like I mentioned, are the ones that are from previous arcs that are already anime adapted. So like the ones I mentioned, right? The Super Saiyan Goku Black, the Hakai Goku, those are the only manga exclusive units, because when the anime returns eventually, it's gonna start following the manga, and it's gonna be pretty much the same as the manga moving forward. So they could just do like a couple banners, you know, called like Legends Manga or something like that, where they throw in a couple characters. They can do like maybe 2 or 3 volumes of it, and we can just see a bunch of these cool characters. I feel like that would be a really good idea, because like I'm saying, like these ideas super, I just want to see Super Saiyan Goku Black in the game. That would be just sick, like if they were to give him a unique set of animations, because like I said, they have to be creative with this by somewhat taking some shots from the manga and then animating the rest, similar to how they did the Dokkan one. So that would be pretty interesting. Let me know what you guys think about manga exclusive units coming to Legends, if you think it's ever gonna be a possibility, because I'm telling you right now, I would definitely love to see these type of units. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe, because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.